Prudential Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3- or 4-yard gain on first down. They move the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted. Many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack with some big-time runs, too.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now left side on the swing pass. Room here to run. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
The incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. It's Howe with another throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and the guy has the legs to escape most of these.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now they go play action with Howell. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
But first down, Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Faking the handoff, Howell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Washington. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Throwing here, Howell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. This defense for the Commanders is much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
18 Here's Hurts to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. No gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Howell. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. Finding room at midfield. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 1st downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive 1st down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. Hard throw, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Second down and a run by Robinson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
This time they'll throw it with Howell. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the play. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Off play action. It's Howell.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
And once more, Howell back to the air.
It's hauled in by Hardy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here we go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw again.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Fred Warner.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
The 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you're expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll go play action. Howell.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
This is caught. It's Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's good for an Eagles. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Come back in. Ready.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Fred Warner.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
This is fielded inside the 5.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
The Sanders has got it complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Now they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Howell now to throw it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Let's go now.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. They go play action with Howell. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger.
He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 35.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Ready?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And it'll be intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will...
Hey, yo, bro, we both know that wasn't no fucking pick, bro. Come on, man. This whole game, they've been doing me dirty, bro. That wasn't no pick right there, bro. You know that wasn't no damn pick, bro. That wasn't no pick. Man, feet was still in the air when he had the ball. They just called it a pick. Watch. Please show this. Please let them see this. He's not even on the ground. Look. 1 foot. 1 foot.
Out there, ready.
Fuck out of here, man. I gave this game up in the 2nd quarter, man. They've been doing me dirty this whole game, man.
They scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Faking the handoff, Powell. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Hurts sets up to throw. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Hurts. Incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side.
They haven't been on the same page.
Game over with.
Quarterback to receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Fucking arm back when I need it.
Incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Throw left side complete. That's Smith.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And he's got some space here.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
It's the gain of 14 yards.
Throwing is Hurts.
And now here is another interception. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Okay, ready?
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much
good game, bro.
I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Posing as police officers. It's not good at all. So far, we have very little to go on, so we return back so that we can do a thorough search. I know these touched all of this stuff, something you can slide those hangers. They collected all the...
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
I just learned from the coroner's office that the killers tortured Ahmaud first before they shot him.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Commanders, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
What's the best advice you ever got from someone? The Colts. I'm going to listen. Now, many of us think of our pets as our best friend, right? So much so that if they could talk, you think they would sound just like us. According to the new survey by one poll, 78% of people say dogs are more likely to start talking like a human, compared to 60% who think it would be cats. 53% of people imagine their pet would even have a certain tone, accent, or pattern of speaking. I swear I talk to my cat sometimes, and I know he can talk, he just chooses not to. The staff at a middle school in California gets an unexpected visitor, a coyote, to the California school, and staff discovered the animal on campus before school started. The coyote took off and ran to a bathroom. As you can see, an animal control officer found the animal hiding out in a bathroom stall. The staff nicknamed their guest Whitey after the Looney Tunes character Whitey Coyote. Animal control successfully captured the coyote and released it back into the wild. So that wow, so you can imagine you just in school, you go around the corner, you open up the stall, and then the coyote is in there shit.
That's weird.
I think the challenge of running an organization really lit a fire under him. The Marlins came on the market, and if he wants a challenge, he picked a big one. Because throughout history, the Marlins ownership was never committed to putting winner on the field year after year. Almost like a summer thunderstorm. The Marlins would win, and then it would be gosh very first year. They go out to 1997, they win the World Series. And then immediately after the 1997 season, Wayne Huizenga looks at his books, sells off the entire team. And they gave the glory of the Marlins. And then in 2003, beat the New York Yankees. I think even the Braves himself wondered, even with us being good, are people still going to show up? The attendance figures were not great in April. They were not great in May. They were not great in June or July. South Florida has never been in the habit of baseball. To me, all goes back to ownership, just a lack of culture commitment that we're going to be good for a while, not just 1 year. And there's one big future event that really changed the entire landscape of his tenure owning the Marlins.
More now on the tragedy that has struck the baseball world. Superstar pitcher of the Marlins, Jose Fernandez, found dead early this morning as a result of the boating accident.
Jose Fernandez was a Cuban-born athlete in a city where the Cuban community is the predominant community in South Florida. It was probably the most tragic sports life moment in the history of South Florida. And for Gloria, when Jose Fernandez died, I think his genuine interest in owning a baseball team died with him.
There's only so many Major League Baseball teams, and they only come up for sale every so often. But let's just say, like, a team comes up and it's in Milwaukee. But are we going to choose Milwaukee? No. Really, he had his eye on Tampa and Miami. And honestly, we didn't know it was actually possible in his lifetime.
Baseball franchises don't come up for sale too often. There's only 30 of them. So there's a lot of competition on what becomes available. Putting the group together, I mean, it's a painful process. You're dealing with a lot of well-managed players. There's a lot of money. There's a whole other atmosphere.
It was a lot of networking. It was a lot of flying across the freaking world to talk to people in order to create the perfect person.
I'm sure I'm going to guarantee you're going to get just the course of getting them one.
On the other side, with Arizona, they've had some slow starts this year. Electrifying quarterbacks coming together. More aggressive play call. DeAndre Hopkins still coming out for a couple of weeks.
This sort of power and name of differentiator. Love you for sure.
Some shots. That's possible. You see, like the Giants won earlier today overseas.
Let's see how the NFL plays out. Eno Benjamin. Bring it out of the end zone. Benjamin. Something was kicking off the tackles because of an injury. It's on the return. And the Eagles round. Stacey gets fired up. Let's check in with Seth Hill to find out where she is.
All right, guys, technically,
starting inside their own 20. Across the 20-yard line. Just mentioned Jalen Hurts. They run it, they throw it for the first player. With 12,000 passing yards, a ranking of the record in his first 50 games. He has started 50 of a possible 53 games in his NFL career. The only they will go the most on the line of any NFL team. fun hearing about how they play video games together. He's like a video game that he gets out there and open. Short. That speed in the NFL in seconds. Brandon Graham measures some familiar names up front. And in the secondary, there is Slay and James Whitaker. And Hassan Reddick returning. Last year was a Carolina Panther coming home. He was only as the Eagles got their result. And that's the versatility of Hassan Reddick that's so dangerous. You're going to see him move to the inside, rushing from the outside. Remember, changing to an edge rush has been a huge difference for him in his career.
Second down, 12. Gathering one short of the first down once more. Again, ball comes out. C.J. Gardner-Johnson making the play for Philadelphia. Gardner-Johnson.
See Boyd from Boilermaker extending up there. Gardner-Johnson. And all the way up, get himself on and trying to get the ball off. Into that top of the Flushing out of the pocket, as you mentioned, Kaiser White, different pursuit coming out of the secondary, coming out of coverage. You get Kyler Murray onto the side like that, so difficult running to a quarterback's left. But coming in with the right leverage so that he cannot make that turn with his hips, get that ball out. Excellent job by Kaiser.
So another slow start for the Cardinal offense despite getting the first down. The veteran back to punt standing inside the 15 after the lead. Closing in for the return. It's 1-yard Eagles. Samuel alone across the 35-yard line. Good starting position for the Eagles. Fitz. And for wearing number 1. 21 is number 1. Jalen Hurts.
Back in free bets if you don't win. That's why America's #1 sports book is the best place to bet on the NFL. We can do more.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if your oral treatment is right for you. Oral treatments can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms first appear. If you have symptoms of COVID-19, even if they're mild, don't wait. Get tested quickly. If you test positive and are at high risk for severe disease, act fast. Ask if the oral treatment is right for you. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too.
Wherever we come from, we all have one thing in common. We all want the incredible new iPhone 14 Pro. Now at T-Mobile. T-Mobile gives you Apple TV Plus included. So watch your favorite Apple originals on iPhone 14 Advanced Display and get iPhone 14 Pro on us with Apple TV Plus included now at T-Mobile.
This year, Prime members get holiday deals before anyone else, which means you're kind of a big deal. The Prime Early Access Sale on October 11th and 12th, only for Prime members.
No matter what you're in the mood for, with the all-new Royal Crispy Chicken lineup at Burger King, you can't go wrong. Classic, cheesy, spicy, or tangy. Reward yourself with any of the all-new Royal Crispy Chicken sandwiches today, only at Burger King.
For your chance to beat Terry's money, download the free Fox Super 6 app now and play the NFL Sunday Challenge.
Sponsored by Burger King, by the only weekend Royal Crispy Chicken lineup only at BK.
After a 51-yard punt and a 15-yard return, Jalen Hurts of the Eagle offense set up just a 35-yard easy.
side right there. Just a quick little hit stop. They're going with the little 2-pointer as well. 15-14. On the outside like that, and it's usually some sort of quarterback or a safety that has to come up and hit him. He is big, but he also has good lateral movement. You can see he knows how to avoid tackles as well. That's running good. But this is the way that this area of this offensive staff wants to draw things up. You can see A.J. Brown on that play right there, flipping it a little deep. And Thompson still comes back. He is also excellent. They're going after Wilson again. You can see it on that one. A.J. Brown again with that downfield, playing that foot, dropping that weight, kicking back. He came in third in NFL receiving yards and was adding 2. Defensive coordinator Chris Joseph talked about this Philadelphia Eagle offense likes to use that run pass option. He likes to bring some blitz. What this run pass option is really trying to do is put the defender in conflict. Sometimes you take that conflict away. That puts him in the backside. Only the Giants switch this season. 43% of the field goal, and that's been lower for the first 2 weeks. Second and 10. Holmes, Simone, Sanders, for the ball in the interception. Before the discussion, one of the down by coming to the 35-yard line. They're doing every ball open at the 35-yard line. Who's just indicating about the 7-4-6? So right now, we get a 15-yard return. We certainly sold it. Well, first, smart, right? Of course, he's going to sell that. But if you're not having money, you just can't make that situation. Going wildly like that, understanding that your offense has been having slow starts this year. I understand wanting to be more aggressive and take those shots down the field, but it has to be in a situation that makes sense. You saw the way that Philadelphia was able to move the ball on your defense the first drive. You can't take that kind of chance at this point in the game. It's just about being more aggressive early, clashing with these very soon with that defense. And the 35. Another team that was getting this year.
Little Caesars is now the official pizza sponsor of the NFL. Come on, keep it hot. It's good.
Pizza, pizza.
Again.
Harder, readier. Let's go, let's go. Pizza, pizza.
Pizza. No. Pull. High five. Come on.
Pizza, pizza.
Ready.
Are you ready for some old boiled pepperoni pepperoni? Get one delivered from Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
You see my podium? I would never switch to Samsung. I love my phone. See, I love my phone. I would never switch to Samsung.
have the interception. Okay, now that people are aggressive. Defense bailed you out, but you have got to be smarter on those strikes, especially where they are. Picked up 5. Seems to be what Patriots in the last week. That's what it was. Defense happens there. It's their own. The decision by Kyler Murray sees that the defense had that big slip down, just throws it into the ground. What I was saying earlier, comes in with that on that throw to Hurts, who's thrown away from the leverage. You can see Gardner Johnson breaking out that ball. So a nice throw there, a nice throw to Marquise Brown, and then a good decision to throw that ball in there.
Running back on the line, he needs to do something about it. First and 40. He needs to get to the 46-yard line for a first down.
Mistakes on that one. And then in that field, you need to take the straight down without taking first. You can see when Marquise Brown goes to the ball here, just a little bit of hand play. Nothing wrong with that.
2-1-2. We'll be back in 2-2.
And then they are, battling out on the field. They look to battle it out on the line, too. Some Call of Duty, some battling on the line. They play off online. Very weak. future of the NFL. In my world, numbers are everything. But my most important stat, my sleep quality. It is vital to my mental, emotional, and physical performance. My 360 smart bed actively cools, warms, and effortlessly responds to me. Smart sleepers get 28 minutes more restful sleep a night. And that means I'm at my best for me, my team, and you. And all I have to do is get game-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number.
No, in the basement. What can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? But you're on your chances.
Fart.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do. If you want to save even more, you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico. It's what you do.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of the rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. That means more cash for more of what you love. Save when you buy a home today. Visit InflationBuster.com to get started.
When you start with better ingredients, better pizza, you also get better papadillas, better cheese sticks, better yummy this, and better tasty now. Two more for just $6.99 each. That's Papa John's.
This is NFL Plus, and this is for the Sunday shifters, the game time babysitters, and the poolside balls. Live games, replays, films, and shows. This is NFL Plus, your game on the go. Start your free trial today.
State Farm Stadium, Glendale, Arizona. We're exactly 18 weeks away from the Super Bowl in February. To be played here this Sunday. Eagles undefeated. Last time they started out 4-0. Went to the Super Bowl in 2004. Losing to the Patriots. A good start here. Good start to the season. More adjustments to the offensive line. For the Eagles, who were injured and got up here. Miles Sanders are back. The Blitz are the Cardinals.
Touchdown early on, but it cost a Landon Dickerson. Still back in the locker room. It's a lower left leg for him. He's questionable. Third-year pro out of Weber State. Could have get the call. Chris, it's a bit significant because Jordan Mailata was already inactive today. So the left side of that offensive line could be a vulnerability for this Eagles squad.
Bristol started over there. They started the same guys for the first 4 games. And now back-to-back games with injuries on the offensive line. People around that may have the mobile field works. Something that looks like. And it's standard making progress. There. The ball on the 2-1. And we're in third and long. It's something that comes to play. It would be absolutely now. Really good for the Buccaneers.
That little bit of a turn. There's a front. Choosing block. Scared, obviously, with the atrial fibrillation. Attacking his job. Balls down. You can't teach organization to have that kind of pressure in your face and still be able to deliver an accurate ball. Moving to his left, flips those hips around. It's a nice, accurate throw.
23 is a first down. He was just big on that on the other down.
So much fun to watch Jalen Hurts. He's just so in control. Here's the blitz here. Doesn't panic. Slides to his left. Knows he's going to take a hit out of this one. Delivers the ball. Devontae Smith. Taking the hit. Right back up. He really wants to be an example for this team. Understands his role as a leader. Most importantly, his ability to just stay here, not get too high, so athletic, very improved with his accuracy and decision making. You see that dart right there. Still the opening quarter. Short end to be 7-0 ball game with the Eagles on the move.
Dimension to steak on most tender cuts, and seasoned and grilled fresh. Mix of garlic and guajillo peppers. Finish with fresh lime and cilantro. All new garlic guajillo steak. It's a whole new dimension of flavor.
John Fetterman supports decriminalizing dangerous drugs and creating heroin injection sites. Drug overdoses continue to skyrocket, yet radical left-wing politicians push to decriminalize drugs. Heroin, meth, even fentanyl. Kids are dying. Addiction is spreading. Fentanyl's a deadly mistake.
I'll crack down on cartels, fund rehab centers, and rescue as many lives as I can. I'm Dr. Roz. I approve this message.
My God, made a brilliant move against T-Mobile on that. We need to share our signal with the entire neighborhood. Yeah, now we do some weird things to get our speeds. Come on, kids. Sucks. Well, if you just switch, maybe you don't have to be there.
Use the name word.
Carlos, let's do it.
We prefer pro gamer.
Much better.
Get Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included for $29.99 a month for 2 full years when you add Xfinity Mobile. Switch today.
Overturn what we made. Now, Republicans want a nationwide abortion ban, and Mehmet Oz is the key to their plan.
I'm pro-life. Life starts at conception.
Oz said all abortions are murder.
But no, it's still murder.
And if he wins, Republicans will have the power to ban abortion in Pennsylvania and could force women to undergo invasive ultrasounds. So if you want to keep your right to choose, you can't vote for Oz. SMP's responsible for the content of this ad.
When you see that kind of space, that's exactly what Jalen Hurts did right there. You see that kind of space on the outside. Make that quick call. Run it into that was a pretty good team. It's work his way up to that next level. And that's why it's so helpful for running back to shoot down 340 on that football pass. That's the offense, and that's the defense getting the ball back to the offensive end. Great job. Talking about turning the ball over. That defense has turned the ball over. Number one in the league in turnovers. Just have a sense when they need to escape. You see those defensive ends rush deep so many times, they're going to be coming back. Coach understands that, takes on, and knows how to use his legs. Receivers contributing as blockers. Look how high he goes with those hands. You almost have no choice. You got no leverage. Reach up that high, you kind of have to grab the top of the shoulder pads. You got to get those hands inside. First you go back. Just yeah, that's anywhere. Situation like this, you don't ever know to be running. It's a question of just the floor is to others. The previous to that line, when they went for it, and needed to go for it on 4, there was a third one, so it's first and goal. And boy, Cruz is ready to go now already to this one. The offensive line is talented and it's deep. Same type of formation where you can push the runs into the end zone. Since all kinds of things go on in the finals, it's a free-for-all. Imagine that household up in Cleveland, Travis and Jason, they must have just torn that place up.
Say, I won't forget the light check. Who talks like that? You look very nice. I would love it.
One thing, no one will challenge protecting your home and auto with Progressive.
Wow, that is embarrassing.
Yeah,
superheroes would be more enemies. With Southern Bad, a whole lot of this. We are exclusive to Scratch Resistance and Master Lebanon. Check out our most innovative products. Only Lowe's.
Second down. It's with the lead. Chance to get more.
This is not a drill. For a limited time at Domino's, get 20% off everything at menu price when you order online. Pizza, 20% off. Specialty pizza, 20% off. Anything that's not pizza, yeah, you know the drill. Except it's not a drill. It's 20% off everything. Only at Domino's.
It takes a fight to be a full-time fan. But the good days, the bad ones. When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. You gotta root for full-time fans. Root for others who are fighting for it.
Why? For a long week, telling people how the news will customize your car insurance will pay for it. Only pay for what you need.
One trip to the guys, you had to look way back in
Most importantly, getting the touchdown. On the return, will Dallas Benjamin, the 25. Is on offense for today's player of resume, brought to you by Indeed. The all-time leader was for his firehouse efforts is now a Cardinal. The increase in his 40 for the first time. 16 catches back in 28 upset because it doesn't look like Zach Ertz is good enough. Understanding the situation is what a great punter now in this one. Just doesn't get his head. That's just a timing thing. As soon as Mark brings a little bit upset with him, as soon as those 2 catches in the game so far. It's at the 20 Eagles. The Eagle offense has a 14-0 lead. So
Because it looked like Chicago. We just couldn't see his cousins. We went Mississippi. Can you really it's maximum location prison rallies? Just the right shape.
You got Caleb Stingley home.
This coming back up was only 6 months.
Good deal.
Could you bring nothing home for me?
No. Get your own $6 2-week combo at KFC.
Adam, looky what I got.
Is that the new iPhone 14 Pro?
Yeah, this amazing new camera. Smile!
And you got it on Verizon.
Even better. I got Verizon's new plan. It's Apple One. That's Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, iCloud Plus. So it's the deal I got from Verizon. iPhone 14 Pro on now. You should have one. For selfie time. Wow, you can hustle when you need to.
Get a new iPhone 14 Pro on us. And get it with one unlimited for iPhone. Only on the network America relies on. Verizon. Sometimes their eyes don't catch those underneath defenders, and that's why you design a defense that way.
situation you want. You just throw this way. Bring some picture, try and close the turnover. This is a week ago against Carolina, 3 balls in that one. Jalen Hurts, see him doing an excellent job scrambling against defenders. Good pressure, you can't get him. But did you freak practice? Good job downfield. Defensively touched his good on the ball. Sometimes it's
fragrance disappears in the dryer. That's why clothes may look clean, but not smell clean. Downy in-wash scent boosters survive the washer and dryer for freshness that lasts 6 times longer than detergent alone. Just toss Downy in-wash scent boosters into your washing machine. Squeeze and sneak to find more perfect scent and enjoy freshness that lasts 6 times longer with Downy in-wash scent boosters. Right now, get $15 when you bundle Tide and Downy.
When you were a motorized bicycle, they said that's fine for the streets, but you'll never win a race. They said motorcycles are fun, but you can't make cars. Alright, you're a car company, but you won't be Formula 1 in a hybrid. You can't regulate speed record. Air, not carbon, air. Well, you'll never be able to try. Or compete off-road. Yeah, you can't see where it's not what it is anymore. No gas. Big challenge us to do a lot of things. What will we do next? The power of dreams. When Wingstop made a chicken sandwich, didn't know they would make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and toss favorites like lemon pepper, mango habanero, and OG hot. So try the new chicken sandwich for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor tastes wings.
This restaurant is changing the game. Decent. But they don't have tables or waiters or walls. Yeah, because they're dropping all down with the help of decent and juicy skinny meat that they can serve anywhere. Saucy.
It is unfathomable that that happened on the top. Why you were doing this to me?
The punishment doesn't fit the crime because there was no crime.
I say let them.
Best field position so far for the Cardinals started out a drive from their own 43. He has yet to run